The 730 Project, day 68. Whew, movement. Lots of movement, lots of things moving, different parts integral, some non-conforming and non-meshing, but lots of movement today. So, keeps things interesting, I'll tell you that. So, again, seeing the need for massive use of calendaring systems and communication with not only with my partner, but with other people to make sure that all those things move the way that they are supposed to move. And I'm looking forward to adding some things to my services menu on my website and moving forward with some ideas that I've had for a while for services to offer. Making that come into existence, making that a reality. The mouth is not working so well right now. Anyway, I need to check my lists and check them twice and make sure I'm on top of everything, because there are some things, as my partner pointed out, there are some things, it's like things get on the list of things to do so I don't forget. Currently, I don't know if I mentioned this in a video a while back. My systems, I'll try tweaks to my systems every once in a while. Like there's an app called Due, D-U-E, and the great thing about Due is that it has the most, depending on the settings that you choose, it has the most persistent, annoying reminders. Like you can have reminders every 5 minutes if something's critically important that you get done until you do it. So I experimented with that. I've got a lot of things in that system. I think I've got like 23 items in there. An interesting thing about that app is that it will show you how long an item has been on your list. And, I'm well over a year on some of these things. I'm using that app. I've got some things in the Reminders app on my iPhone. Most of my things are in OmniFocus, which really helps me stay on track with a lot of things, but I realized a while back I need to cut out all of these systems except for OmniFocus, because that's the one I'm dedicated to. So all these other ones just become a distraction. And so if I've got something to do, if I'm using multiple systems to put these ideas, these things to do down, they're scattered and it's not efficient. And I have to, it's like, oh, well, there was something I was going to do. What was that? I'm also using multiple notebooks for things. Trying to be consistent with the purpose of each notebook, but a lot of times things get lumped together. And so, part of that's been experimentation too. Some of my to-do items actually are in notebooks also. So, consolidating, refining, all the time improving, and and no matter what happens, not letting that define who I am or what I'm doing. Because I'm under the impression that if everybody likes me all the time, if everybody loves everything that I'm doing all the time, I'm probably doing something wrong. I'm not pushing the envelope enough. I sound like a test pilot now, which I'm not, but And I forgot my call sign came through today. So now I am officially, the mouth thing again. I am an officially licensed amateur radio operator. So I immediately need to apply for my vanity call sign because I have one in mind. And interestingly enough, so the way the vanity call signs work, I've been assigned a call sign. And in the US, the letters that start out all call signs are either W, N, or K. So when applying for a vanity call sign, I can choose any combination of any of those three letters, and then a single number, and then there's different guidelines depending on the license class that you have. I'm able to apply for the exact vanity call sign that I want now at the level I'm at. And so, the database of what's available is always changing a little bit. Part of it is because operators pass away, and their call signs are, I don't know, sometimes if somebody's made really significant contributions to amateur radio. I just heard on a podcast about one gentleman who passed away and his call sign was being retired. Sometimes people apply for call signs that one of their ancestors, maybe a mother, father, grandfather, great uncle, something like that, had a call sign, and they apply for that so they can get that call sign. But anyway, there are places to check to see what's available. I had no idea I was going here with this tonight. So one place, I've got an app where I can look up call signs and what's available. Well, so the purpose of the app is if you get somebody's call sign, you can see what information they have registered with the FCC. Because sometimes, part of it's a checks and balances, because if somebody's operating outside of their privileges, then it's like, wait a minute, who is that? We need to let somebody know. Because amateur radio is fairly self-policing with following the rules. So anyway, I've got one of these apps to look up call signs. And so with the three starting letters that I have to work with, only one of them works with the vanity call sign that I want as far as the rest of the call sign. The other two already in use. So I'm like, ooh, I want to apply for that and get in there. And although I've read that it doesn't matter if I don't know how long that process takes to assign that vanity call sign, but I guess if multiple people apply for the same one, they in essence throw all the names in the hat and pick one out randomly as to who gets it. So it's kind of throwing darts at a dartboard anyway. Enough rambling for today. So this has been day 68. See you back here on day 69.